In Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Paul Wesley plays James T. Kirk in not one, not two, but three different incarnations, following in the footsteps of William Shatner, who originated the legendary captain in Star Trek the original series, and Chris Pine, who plays the alternate Kelvin timelines Captain Kirk in the J.J. Abrams-produced Star Trek movie trilogy. Wesley is the third actor to play Kirk in live action as an adult. Wesley follows in the footsteps of William Shatner, who originated the legendary captain in Star Trek the original series, and Chris Pine. Before the start of the first season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds in 2022, it came as a shock to learn that Paul Wesley had been cast in the role of James T. Kirk. Even though Star Trek Strange New Worlds is a prequel and takes place approximately 7 years before Star Trek the original series, the series was originally planned to concentrate solely on the USS Enterprise crew of Captain Christopher Pike No. 1 and Lieutenant Spock, who made their debut to widespread critical acclaim in Star Trek Discovery Season 2. Before being given their own spin-off show. Not only did it come as a surprise when Strange New Worlds decided to incorporate a younger version of Captain Kirk, but Paul Wesley is also portraying several incarnations of the character in various realities. In the episode Equality of Mercy, which concludes the first season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Paul Wesley makes his first appearance as Captain James T. Kirk. In a timeline in which Captain Pike never stepped down from command of the USS Enterprise, James T. Kirk serves as the captain of the USS Farragut. Pike and Kirk's starships partner up against a Romulan invasion in a revised version of the episode, Balance of Terror, from Star Trek the original series, which ended up having a very different and terrible conclusion for the United Federation of Planets. Pike and Kirk's starships team up against a Romulan incursion. However, because Captain Pike chose to accept his terrible destiny, this reality and this iteration of Captain Kirk are no longer in existence. This ensures that the future in question will never come to pass. In the third episode of the second season of Strange New Worlds, titled Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, Paul Wesley portrays a second version of Captain James T. Kirk from a different other universe. This Captain Kirk spent his childhood in space on the USS Iowa and is now the captain of the USS Enterprise, which is likewise engaged in a losing war with the Romulans. His childhood was spent in space aboard the USS Iowa, during the time that they spent working together to fix the chronology in the 21st century. Lieutenant Lan Noonien Singh developed romantic feelings for this Captain Kirk. Tragically, Captain Kirk was eliminated from history by a Romulan agent called Sarah, and his timeline was also obliterated. In the third episode of the second season of Strange New Worlds, titled Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, Paul Wesley also performs the role of Lieutenant James T. Kirk. However, this Kirk is from the Star Trek Prime timeline, and the younger version of Lieutenant Kirk is the same character as Captain Kirk from Star Trek the original series, which was played by William Shatner. Because Lan fell in love with an alternative version of Captain Kirk who has since passed away, Lieutenant Kirk has no recollection of her. This is very unfortunate for Lan. In Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Lieutenant James T. Kirk is a recurring character, and he will make his return in Season 2. This will gradually create the ground for Paul Wesley's portrayal of Jim Kirk to transition into William Shatner's portrayal of Captain Kirk. In the space provided below for comments, we would appreciate it if you would share your thoughts with us. You should subscribe to the channel if you thought the video was helpful and would want to see more breakdowns in the future. I am appreciative of both your time and attention.